Hey guys, it's been a week, lots of college going on, but here I am again for another vlog. And so today I think I'm just going to do an open letter. This open letter, I guess, is kind of addressed to guys in my past. I'm going to just open up a little bit, and I know this doesn't seem like a very good idea. It'll be really awkward if one of them watches this video and is like, hey, yo, yeah, you're that girl, and I'll be like, yeah, and they'll be like, you were talking about me, and I'll be like, yeah, yeah, but you know what, they're all in my past, so I think it'll be okay, so we'll get started. Okay, first off, to Ryan, you were my first crush, that he was probably the top pick of the crop in my class, but, you know, I noticed, like, way back in first grade, I was like, oh, this boy is cute. But I didn't really realize it was a crush back then, of course, because I was young. But yeah, fourth grade, I made fun of him a lot. I gave him a stupid nickname, and probably he hated me, but it was okay, because I liked him and didn't realize it. And then sixth grade, I really realized it, and I was like, oh, well, this is fun. Yeah, I shouldn't have given him a stupid nickname and made fun of him so much. So, yeah. Back then, he was like the chubby, nerdy kid, and I liked him for that. And then middle school came, and he lost a bunch of weight, and suddenly he was like super duper hot, and all the girls were after him, and I was like, ugh, I liked him first, guys. But, anyways, yeah. So, yeah. And then eighth grade, crush crazy. It was stupid. Very, very stupid. I was like head over heels for him. And yeah, I accidentally dyed my entire head purple. I dyed my hair like a ridiculous vibrant purple, and then I had to go to school with it. And my mom was like, well, sucks to be you, that was your choice. And I was like, oh god. So I went to school, and kids were making fun of me for it, of course, and he stood up for me, and that was when I was like, I am sold. This kid, he's the one. And yeah, of course he wasn't the one. I ended up sending him song lyrics that I wrote. That was kind of like a love song I wrote between us, even though he was just a crush, and it was like really stupid. And he was like, wow, you're really talented, this is great. And he kind of led me on for like a whole week. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe this will go somewhere. And then one day he replied, because I sent him these lyrics through Facebook, and he just was like cussing up a storm, this and that and another thing, and we can't talk, and I don't know what even happened. Like, if he asked his friends if he should ask me out, and they were like, dude, no, she's totally gonna ruin your reputation because she's just this weird geek. So I don't know what happened, but he just suddenly blew up at me, and I was like, okay then, never mind, I don't like you. Yeah. But it took me a long time to, like, actually get over him, because he had been my crush through, like, all of my younger school years. Sad. Very sad. Anyways, so, I guess what I'd like to say to him is, I am glad that you were rude to me, because I don't need somebody in my life who cares more about their reputation than about the people around them. That's pretty sad. Really sad, actually. And, you know, I'm not that ugly. You know, I wouldn't have really hurt your reputation, I don't think. So, yeah, I'm not happy. I wish you weren't happy that you didn't have me, but I know that's not true. So I'm just gonna let it go. Letting it go now. So, yeah, that's off my chest. The second person in my open letter I am going to address to is Nathan. This also includes all other guys I've met on the internet, which are quite a few. I would like to say I probably only got to know 5 of them pretty well, but... So, yeah, Nathan was the one I found after he got heartbroken, very seriously, by a terrible girl, I guess. And he was down in the dumps, wrote really dark poetry, and I was like, dude, let me help you through this, because you sound terrible. I am going to help you. And I did this over and over with guys on the internet. I would meet them, and they'd have some serious problem. One was suicidal. Another one, I don't even know. They just all had problems. Something was going wrong. One had family issues. Like, yeah. And so then I would talk to them, and I would help them. And I'd be like, after maybe a year, I'd be like, oh, maybe this could actually go somewhere someday. Like, I don't know. We're good friends. And then, of course, they'd always be like, oh yeah, I just got a girlfriend, thank you so much for helping me. And I'm like, oh, yeah, dear girls who got those guys, you're welcome. It's all thanks to me that he didn't shoot himself or that he didn't give up after the first heartbreak or I felt like I was their therapist and then they threw me away when they found a new girlfriend because oh, I can't talk to you or she'll be suspicious. I understand that, but like I thought we were friends. So, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about all the guys on the internet. But Nathan was probably the best one. He was very encouraging. He was the reason I started making videos and putting them on YouTube of me playing guitar. He inspired me to start playing guitar because I didn't know how, and my mom had a guitar, but he was like, dude, you should play it because you're cool and you write lyrics. And I was like, yeah, totally. So I just thank you for inspiring me, but I mean, yeah, that friendship kind of just fell apart because we grew up and we changed. But all those other ones, I'm still a little peeved because they just dumped me when they found someone new after I helped them so much. Next to Russell. There's not a whole lot about Russell, but he was the first guy to ever ask me out on his own. As I thought. But anyways, that's besides the point. Really sweet kid. I am so sorry I turned you down, but I knew we would never be anything because we're just not compatible. Like, I could never see us going far, and I wasn't gonna hurt you by dating you for a short while and then dropping you later, like when I left for college. That would be stupid, so. And now, look, you have a good girlfriend! Yeah, so congrats to you. I'm glad that you moved on, and I'm really sorry I kinda hurt you for like 2 weeks, but that was 2 weeks, and I'm pretty sure you're okay now, so. And next, we have Austin. Now, Austin talked Russell into asking me out to see how I would respond to being asked out. My first clue that he was no good news, but yeah. To Austin, I felt bad for you. That's why I went on a date with you. It was out of pity, which made me feel bad, made me feel guilty. I mean, you're a nice guy, but you had a lot of baggage and emotional issues, and I didn't think I could deal with that because I myself was having a bit of a struggle with depression and anxiety at the time, and I didn't need two people's problems. I only could handle my own. And I feel bad because you were so sold on me. Like, you thought that I was gonna be the one. You had totally, like, convinced yourself that I was the perfect girlfriend. And then when I said no, because you weren't there for me when I needed you, and I was like, you expect me to be the perfect girlfriend, but you're not going to be the perfect boyfriend, like, it's kind of double standard, but yeah, it was kind of confusing. I was just like, I need somebody, and then you didn't reply, and then I was like, well, I guess this isn't a good idea, because if we're both going to have emotional issues, and we both can't rely on each other, what are we going to do? And you really were broken up over it, and my apologies, but it wasn't going to work, and I don't like prolonging things that don't need to be prolonged, I guess. I don't know. I feel bad for you, and at the same point, I'm not too sorry that I let you go, because I couldn't deal with that day in and day out, really, so. To Matt. You little shit. Like, you are, like, sweet, innocent little child, and then I know all the girls were after you, and you didn't like that, and so I waited for you until finally I was like, okay, I'm gonna graduate soon. I gotta ask this kid out if I'm ever gonna do it. And we've been good friends for a while, and then I asked you out, and you're just like, well, I don't think so. I don't feel like it. Not now. And I was like, so broken up over it, because you were the only guy that I ever got the guts up to ask out, and you just, I don't feel like it. Nah, I don't feel like a girlfriend right now. Like, that just totally, like, I don't even know. You shot my confidence so badly, and it just kind of killed my heart, and now that I'm looking back upon it, you're probably not ever were supposed to be the one for me. We weren't gonna get along in the long run. You're really nice and really sweet, but like, I don't know why, you just couldn't see me as a possible person who could be, I don't know, in your life. I'm frustrated, but looking back, I know that this is okay, this is how it's supposed to be. You're a sweet little shit, so goodbye. Thanks for the time, but, no. Yeah, I'm done with that. I'm so, I didn't want to have a crush, and then I actually let it get to the point of asking you out. I'm kind of glad that I did, because then you were able to turn me down and shoot me down for the rest of it. So, thanks, but no thanks. And finally, I'm gonna end this on Lucas. This is pretty much just guys from high school, so, not that there's any guys in college, but that's just who I'm lettering to. Lucas, it's kind of a sticky situation because I really wish I would have asked you out in high school. I loved your humor so much, and when I first met you, I really did not like you. I thought you were silly and stupid, but then I watched you mature over the years, and I actually liked you. And I never told you, and then I asked Matt out instead of you, which was a dumb move, which it was kind of weird to think that I need to pick one. I don't know, I was confused. And now I really regret it because Matt shot me down. I was so out of confidence that I never got the chance to ask you out, and it disappoints me, but I believe nothing would ever happen. I probably will never see you again. I don't know, you never showed any liking to me that I noticed. I kind of wish you did, but you didn't, so. My letter of regret to finish this off. My regret for not saying that I liked you, or at least your humor, because I really miss the intelligent humor that you grew into. It's something I would never get tired of all my life, and now I don't have it. Thanks to my lack of confidence, I just suck at stuff like emotions. It's terrible. So, thank you all the guys who have slightly shaped me into who I am. Not completely, because I never dated any of you seriously, and you just kind of didn't really live up to any expectations that I had for you, but thank you, and if any of you find this video, my apologies. I am really sorry for myself and for you. Thank you guys for watching. This was kind of a weird video, an open letter to guys throughout my high school life. But, yeah, I hope you enjoy it. It's me being open and me stumbling over words a lot because I don't know what to say. Just the thought of any of the guys finding this video kind of makes me want to laugh, kind of makes me want to freak out, so you can understand probably. Anyways, if you want to follow me on Tumblr, I'm Topazzle, Topazzle. If you haven't checked out our One Punch Man reactions, which you probably have, you should go check them out because they're really popular. We're going to be doing OVAs this Friday, so stay tuned for those. Anyways, this has been fairly awkward, so yeah.